Yo, 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 hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy FX Masterminds. I was just gonna go over this tokenized real estate opportunity that I found some value with. I just wanted to share it with you. Kind of just walk you through it so you can kind of get the idea of of um of what's going on with it or how it works. To me, it's pretty simple. Um, it's a plug and play. I wasn't really looking for nothing too dramatic and drawn out. Um, God knows we have already been through the dramatic and drawn out stuff. So I definitely was not looking for something dramatic and drawn out. I'm just waiting for it to get loaded up, and then I'm gonna share my screen so we can just get started on just pretty much what it is to me, what I saw in it, and I'm just sharing it. Uh, I wasn't looking for the next big thing, but my older brother, he brought this to me. Brought this. I've always wanted to do something with real estate. I just, me personally, didn't want to have physical house inventory. Um, I've always just been interested in more like the investor side of anything that I get involved with. Um, and so when he brought this across my desk, it was, it was pretty interesting to me. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna give it a look and see what's going on with it. All right. So let's get into it. All right. So immediately when we get logged in, you're gonna come into your dashboard. This is, when I first was introduced to this platform, I wasn't interested. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't interested in another another online platform, basically. The times we're living in, everything is going digital, online, whatnot, not what. I just hate the fact that when innocent people, who's trusting in these platforms, they put their money in these platforms, and the people just walk away with their money. They can close down a website, um, and they can disappear. And there's pretty much nothing you can do about it, especially when it comes to the times we're living with crypto and stuff like that. Um, so I wasn't really interested in it like that because of I didn't really care about another online platform. Um, but I told my brother I'll take a look at it, and when I did take a look at it, it did intrigue me because um, it's real estate, and it's not really. Uh, I found that it was, it's a real thing that's going on with tokenized real estate. Companies are tokenizing real estate, da 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 da. You've been a real estate agent, I know, um, and you've been into real estate. I know you kind of understand that space way more than I do. I'm not an expert in real estate at all, but um, when I came into this space, I saw how, um, and understood how they're connecting tokenization with real estate and stuff like that, tokenizing these properties. These are real properties. So we actually got a chance to visit the Miami property out here in Miami, the condos, um, and find these to be real properties. So, anyways, I just wanted to walk you through just basically what I got out of this. Even though there's so much more, but it's really a simple plug and play to me. So it's two parts to it. You can just be a so when you come up top, you can just be a buyer or you can be an agent if you want to. If you don't want to be an agent. You can just be a buyer. Um, and all that details is the properties that they have, and these are the properties that they have. So when you log in, you are on your dashboard. You're looking at your dashboard. You have an e-wallet that you have um access to. You transfer your money in, and you can transfer your money through uh any pretty much any crypto coin. Um, and you can also transfer it through your PayPal as well. That's one thing I did like about it. The way they have the way they have their wallet and stuff set up. It's pretty tight. I come to learn that it's pretty tight. Um, but just to get to what the base of it is, so they have these properties. They have a list of properties. Their lowest properties start in, you can buy in for as low as $10, of course. And the daily returns are 0.32, 0.52, like you see on the screen. And then they got another property, an apartment property. They have a quite a few lists of properties under the buyer level. So buyer level one, you have your apartment in Miami. They have another apartment, lake house. All this is under buyer level one. They got a house, a piece of property, a house out here. They have a desert villa. I believe this is in Dubai. They have another villa. I believe this is in California. And they have a villa in Maui, out in Hawaii. And all this is under buyer level one. And they have a commerce building that you buy in for 10,000. I'm sorry, I didn't even go through the prices, but so the lowest buy-in. So let's go back to the apartment. Yeah, so the lowest buy-in is 10,000 and up. Just, 10,000, and they have a, you know what? Let me just go. Let me click here. Let me go into this so we can kind of get a better picture of. So let's go where I want to go. Yeah, I think I want to go here to the real estate. Yep. All right. So so this is a list of properties that they have, right? And so let's go through it how it works. All right, so basically how it works, so you can come in at the buyer's level one. Let's say we chose the just the Miami apartment. All right, so let's start there. The Miami apartment, you can buy in for as low as $10, right? And it will pay you 4 cents, starting off 4 cents a day, 84 cents a month. Total profit after the term of this contract be $15. So yours you would turn that you would turn this $10 investment to $15 by the end of this contract. Now the total buy-in is the total purchase buy-in because they share is tokenized, so they allow us to buy uh fractional pieces of the property, unless you just come in and buy the whole $107,000 dollars worth um of the property, then it is what it is. But if you're not coming in like that, of course, you just buy up to $107,000 worth of this piece of property, and we will um, basically it's like profit sharing of what this property is making monthly. But they do pay out daily. So for example, if you came into this property so far, 46,060 46,635 has been paid into this property. So say for example, you came in, you just want to drop 1,000, right? So $1,000 investment into this property will pay you $4 a day. $88 a month. And by the end of this contract, I believe the contracts are 18 months long. Um, you will have doubled this $1,000. I mean, you would have turned this $1,000 investment into 1,500, for example. Of course, because there's room for you to pay in higher if you just wanted to stay at this level and buy in. If you wanted to put $10,000 in, for example, um, it will your $10,000 investment will pay you 4,200. I mean $42 a day. Um, $882 a month. By the end of by the end of the uh the lease contract, I mean by the end of the contract, um, your $10,000 investment would have turned into $15,000, making you a $5,000 profit by the end of the contract. And then you can choose to renew your contract, or you can choose to just move on to another property, or you could just choose to take all your money out. But your money is paid to you in increments immediately. Like you buy in today, tomorrow, you immediately start receiving the daily increments that they have set for each day. So far, the profitability chart in the last 7 days has paid out point 34, point 33, point 33, point 34, point 37, point 33, point 34. So these are the actual payouts that uh, clients that investors have been paid out each day from the $46,000 investment invested so far into this property. Um, Now, the thing that I did like about this uh, opportunity is that they don't have just an unlimited pool or unlimited bucket. Like, for example, people just can't come up in here and just start throwing just crazy money up in here. You know what I'm saying? And they have a limit. It only goes up to 107. So $107,000. It has a cap. You know, that to me that's something more realistic. So by the end of each term, so basically this property pays out $9,000, roughly estimate of $9,000 a month, right? And we are all basically just sharing in this $9,000 that this property will make each month. Um, and by the end of each contract in this property, and the company don't explain it to you like this, but this is just my take on it. Um, the term of this property will pay out, 169 on this term, this contract that's currently open. They pay out $169,000, and we'll just basically bring home a collective share of however much you have invested in. Like I said, no one person will come in and buy the whole contract. I haven't seen that done yet. But you can come in like if you want to just drop $5,000 in, boom, this right here, what you see will be basically what your payouts will look like daily and monthly. And then at the end of the contract, how much you would have made, $5,000 will turn into $7,900. To me, these are just realistic type of gains. It's not promoting something that's unrealistic to me. So I definitely appreciated the company, the setup for this type of realistic, what's more realistic profit for a type of company like this. Um, so that's what I did like about it. Also, you don't just have to stay there. They got other contracts, of course. Well, this one right here is sold out, as you can see. This is another thing I did like about this opportunity is that the properties actually sell out. It don't just have an unlimited bucket. And to me, when they have unlimited bucket, to me that points to high risk possible Ponzi scheme. They have no regulations. When it's just unlimited, a person can just keep buying in as much money as they want. A person come in, put 500,000. Another person can come in, put another 450,000. To me, somebody is um uh Ponzi scheme is somebody's money when they just have an unlimited, unregulated bucket flow like that. But this is highly regulated. They do have a cap. They do have caps on their property. And once the caps are full, once the investment pool is full, that's you have to wait until the contract ends. This location is in Seattle, Washington. Um, you have to wait till the contract ends, and then you will be able to buy in again once all the investment has been paid out. So this total investment will pay out 65. It'll pay out 125,000 by the end of this contract. And then it should open back up if they don't sell the property. Sometimes they do sell these properties completely, and then they just pay all of the investors back their shares. Um, and then they do bring on new properties in the portfolio. The company is going on 2 years old. Um, so um, so it is still fairly new. So the property that they currently have right now is pretty much, the ones that's up now. They did add another property here. We'll get to it here in a minute. But let's move to the next property. They have the lake house. They have the lake house property. This is look like it's in Oregon. Um, And so on. You could choose the minimum investment amount here is $250, all the way up to $100,000. All right. Are you so you know, same thing with every piece of property. If you want to invest $2,500, you know, that will pay you out um $11 a day, $238 a month. And then at the end of the contract, though, this one would have about doubled to 43, almost doubled your money on that, $4,300. Um, at the end of the contract. Yep. But it's pretty much a game of you can log in and put a calculator in there of whatever numbers you want to see, whatever numbers you're looking at coming in with. If you the lowest you can come in is at 250. With this one, if you want to get your feet wet or whatever, just to kind of see, that's basically what it is. It's a plug and play. You basically just uh um fund your account, and then you come here you come here, choose what property you want, what how much you want to purchase of that property, and then you pretty much buy the property here, buy fractional uh parts of this property here, and this will be what your payouts will look like daily. So far in the last 7 days, the company has paid out on this property point 0.4, point 0.4, point 0.39, point 0.4, point 0.41, point 0.41, point 0.43. So it kind of you see it kind of stays in these ranges up here. The daily profit ranges are between as low as 0.37 to 0.54. If you go to profits can jump as high as 5.4. It just depends on what type of business goes on with this property that day. Um, right, so far they have 28,000 invested in this piece of property, but we still have room to buy in if you choose this property. they showed the break even point. So if the person did buy in at 250, you'll be back at break even. You'll eventually make your 250 back roughly in about 10 months of this contract. And I believe that's just for any amount that you put in. You invested 5,000, you'll be back at 5,000 roughly at break even point in 10 months. Um, according to this calculator, and your property be uh, yielding you roughly about $407 a month on this. But like I said, it's pretty much how much you want to invest in. Um, and it's really the same thing for every piece of property except for just the buy-in. The minimum buy-in increases. So this property right here, this house right here is sold out. It's already fully invested. 174,000 was the cap. And so it's fully invested. And so by the end of this 174,000, this property will pay out a total of 300,000, 368,000 to its investors, and they will split whatever their share is of it. Is currently paying out roughly 20,000 monthly out to its investors. Um, And like I said, this is what I absolutely liked about this platform is they do have a regulated limit regulations, you know what I'm saying, involved with this company. It's a lot more in detail um, that I just fill up this video trying to explain. But all these are on buyer level one. Same thing, like it goes up the minimum buy-in is $1,000 here, and it just so on and so on. It's just the payouts increase um every time you go, each time you move up property. Of course, they give more and more detail and more profits on the higher properties. And when you move to buyer level one, I believe once you pass $10,000 of buy-in, I believe you move into buyer level two. So that's, of course, that's in the business sector and above. Let me see what actually commerce. Yep, this property is actually sold out as well. But as you can see, the minimum buy-in is 10,000. The total investment availability was 495,000, roughly half a million. I mean, just about a half a million. Um, let's see, 495. So this property will end up paying 1.3 at the end of this contract out to its investors, and of course they will split whatever fractional portion they have invested inside this property, and is roughly currently paying out $73,000 a month. These are real properties. This property out in Phoenix. This is a commerce, look like some type of store, maybe some type of store out there in Phoenix. Um, and so on and so on. They got a business office that you can that was available to buy in at. I believe it's closed now because the minimum buy-in is 24,000. The minimum buy-in is 24,000, paying 186 a day. That 24 minimum turns into 70,000 at the end of the contract, and plus you'll be at break even, making your initial investment back in roughly 6 months. With this property and so on and so on. This is at buyers level two, and of course they got uh, buyer level three. Minimum buy-in is 51,000, and currently the total cap is at 1.5 million. So far, 486,000 has been invested in this property. So it's currently paying out 486,013. It's currently paying out $1.4 million uh by the end of this contract. Which is not a double. Well, yeah, which is a yes, which is a triple. This would be a triple on this investment right here. Um, Currently paying out 82,000. And I know you know your own numbers, man. You know the numbers, but this is how it works. Once you if you decide to get into if you decide to open a profile or sign up, register with the link, you'll be able to look at the same contract and just kind of put your own numbers and get your own idea of what it is that you want to do with this. But this is basically how it works. It's plug and play. You invest in and it pays out. And I mean, it's a lot more things that you can venture with this. Just understanding what it is. You can become an agent, of course, if you so choose to become an agent. We go back to the dashboard. You have your knowledge base where they explain so much more about this um, company and what it does, how it works, um, from their point of view of things. Um, but I just wanted to kind of just give you those numbers and kind of help you get an idea of what it is at the base that we actually do. We just get in here, choose a property to invest in, and get paid daily. Um, and it works out pretty cool. Um, yeah. So if you're interested, man, hey, like I said, I shot you my link, man. You can sign up and just check it out yourself and go from there. And I'm here always. But yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Estate, man, that's what this is. Um, at first I wasn't interested in it, but then once I started looking around and looking at the things that I'm showing you, it kind of just made simple sense to me. So I got involved and I like the way it works out. I like the payout. I like the way it pays out, the instant pay, and everything is so instant and just user friendly, in my opinion. Everything works out so far so good. And it's everything is moving real smooth thus far. The company is going on 2 years old. So I am excited about that. I've been in since December, so it's pretty cool. What I'm experiencing thus far, and I just don't want to get too far because, like I said, the properties do get sold out, but they do open back up after the contract. So I just didn't want to get too far down the line and not say anything to at least a few close people that I am close with and share this opportunity and we get in the beginning of a thing and profit really nice from it and so that's why I'm sharing it with you, man. So anyways, just do your due diligence, learn about it. I heard about something called REITs or whatever, REITs or RIETS, whichever one is called, but I know it's a similar thing like that. With the properties that they're doing with the properties nowadays and these different type of investment projects that they're doing with these real properties. So, but I chose this one right here. I like the way this is structured. Another guy had brought the REITs opportunity to me, but I just really wasn't feeling that one. That's a more old school one, and I'm pretty sure it has its benefits as well. I just like this newer school uh technology that they have going on with the real estate and so far so good. So, anyways, I know I drawn this video out extra long, but yeah, man, just do your research on it. If you're interested, if not, hey, you already know, man. It ain't no thing, man. We forex trading for real, you know. But I just threw something here and just kind of get my feet wet back into this type of type of industry again. But so far I like what I see. I like what it's doing. And I, I don't know. It seemed like it's gonna be a thing. So we'll see. I'll let Tom tell. I wanted to wait a whole year before I say anything, but it's been about 6 months. Um, and because I like how it's working simply. I hope they don't change. I hope they change. I hope they don't add absolutely nothing but just properties. But everything else, they don't need to add anything to this. Just leave it the way it is. Leave it working the way it's working. And this is going to be perfect. This is going to be just perfect for this style of business right here. So, in my opinion, they don't need to add anything. They don't need to take nothing away. They don't need to change anything. The way they have it set up right now is perfect, in my opinion. They don't need to do nothing else extra to make no extra money, to make no more. Just leave it the way it is. The money is going to be made as long as we just keep these simple steps going the way they got it going. But other than that, I'm ranting. I'm gonna get off of this. But yep, continue to check it out if you choose. If not, man, hey, let's get back to the charts and let's keep it going. All right, good brother. Take care, man. Talk to you soon.